Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Figure Fantasy Character Reviews. Like I mentioned in my last episode where I reviewed Rico, we'll be reviewing Rie today, and let's get into it. Alright, we're going to start with the general overview as usual. Rie, from the best-selling game Girl Psycho 100, will soon have her first ever figurine. Her adorably shy expression, modern outfit, and various little details only possible to be seen on a 3D figurine are all captured in fine detail, accurately recreating her personal charm. It makes you wonder if she's thinking of her sister again. So off the bat, her main traits are going to be her shyness, very noticeable. Got her hair covering her eye, her very blush expression. And then if you see the character design of her sister, that's something you can tell off the bat. They kind of have a similar vibe to Rem and Ram from Rie Zero. And altogether, I think her design is great. I haven't seen the anime yet, but I know of it. It reminds me of Fire Force, that very firefighter-y aesthetic. And I think it just looks great. Has some nice detail, not overly complicated, not too simple. So let's get over to her properties here. Now, as you can see, her defense and health are pretty but her attack is solid. So Rie, militarist, her main thing is gonna just be dealing damage. So you're gonna want to keep her in the back. So let's get into her skills here. So her basic attack, July Fireworks, attacks an enemy, starts from the first enemy in the same line, has a fast attack speed, range of 6, and boosts damage from basic attacks by 20% at both levels. So, nothing too flashy here, pretty standard basic attack. But now here's where we get into the real good stuff. So, her ultimate is Midsummer Blossoms, has an initial energy of 60 and an energy regeneration rate of 6 per second. She attacks a random enemy 6 times. If the target is ignited, extra burn damage equal to 40% of Rie's attack will also be dealt. And then at level 2, you get an extra 2 attacks, so this goes from 6 to 8. And at level 3, that goes from 8 to 9. And if the target is ignited, also has a 15% chance to stun it for 2 seconds, and that will be adjusted by Rie's accuracy bonus. Burn damage is just going to deal more damage the lower their burn resist is, and this is going to make her really good for teams where there's an ignite synergy. And now going over to her passive, Forever Second, enters the excited state when health is above 85% and boosts damage by 30%, and attack speed by 25%. At level 2, she becomes immune to damage once periodically, which triggers 1 time every 10 seconds. And at level 3, basically the threshold to enter the excited state is dropped, so it gives you more time in it, to 40% of her health. And then it boosts the damage by 70%, which is a 40% boost from the initial skill. So altogether, between these 2 abilities alone, she's going to be hitting really hard, and since she has 9 instances at the max level of dealing damage, she's going to hit really hard 9 separate times. And it is completely random, so sometimes there is the possibility, it's very rare, but there is the possibility that all 9 hit the same enemy even though you have multiple enemies. But generally they do kind of spread out. They don't always hit they don't always guarantee 1 hit on every enemy, but they do a good job of getting some good damage spread out through the battlefield. And then lastly, let's take a look at her special ability, Shy Smile, boosts damage by 15% when there is no surrounding enemies, and at level 2, boosts attack by 5% and initial energy by 20. And at level 3, boosts damage by 25% when there is no surrounding enemies. So this is basically just going to support the fact that she's a glass cannon and you want to protect her in the back. So altogether, pretty solid picture. Doesn't sound too complicated, but is oh so perfect at getting the job done. So let's go take a look at her guide. Alright, so for her guide, let's start with the recommended part sets. It's going to be attack, ultimate, and will. So attack, obviously, attack percent. Ultimate, obviously, ultimate power. And then will is going to be crit damage. Now, ultimate, if you're really going for that glass cannon approach, probably going to be the best thing you can do, because it's just going to be a flat like 40% boost to damage on her ult. Attack is going to be more if you want her to do good damage all the time, because even with her basic attacks, she's still a pretty solid damage dealer. And then same thing with the will set. If you have like really good crit stats starting up, or you have someone say Zhuge Liang, where he kind of works to add crit to the team, and he also has some ignite synergy, then Zhuge would be a very good support for Rie. And then you'd probably want to use the will set, just that way you can take more advantage of the crit rate he gives you. Now recommended badges, boosted damage by 12% against enemies that are ignited. This works really well with her ult because her ult does burn damage, not ignite, which means you need someone to start igniting the enemies, since she also has no way of doing that. But this also means that this badge will increase her damage against them. So, pretty easy choice. Now as far as her recommended team here, Aoi is nice because she gives shields and she boosts overall damage. Yuna is going to be good because just a solid frontliner, and then she also has a stun on her ult, which is good once you get her to higher levels. Sakura, personally I don't care for her, but she's going to be good with her silence. And then her passive is also going to just be a straight attack buff. But I think out of all of these, the real highlight here is going to be Zhou, and he's going to heal the whole team, provide an attack speed buff, a really high one for 5 seconds, and then he's also going to ignite everyone, and the attack speed boost also gives him more accuracy. But on top of that, he's going to ignite everyone, which is going to make it so easy to take advantage of Rie's ult, because if everyone's ignited, then it doesn't matter where her ult hits, it's just going to do more damage and really big numbers. And then his support passive is going to be really good as well, basically increasing basic attack power. Now if you're going to put her with Zhou, you're probably going to want to give her either the attack set or the will set. You're going to want to be able to take advantage of these like basic attack buffs that he's giving you. Like 80% attack speed, beautiful. Basic attack power, 30% buff, beautiful. And as you can see, she's rated really high. She's just a really simple, really easy to build, but oh so beautiful damage dealer. And I'd say if you have her and you aren't using her, unless you have like another goated damage dealer like say Xantha, and your other team slots are already taken, I would absolutely recommend building her. She has been on my teams more than any character save Crusos and Zephyr. She's been a serious damage booster for my teams ever since I got her, and I have just non-stop loved her the entire time. So altogether, for me, 10 out of 10 character, and I would highly recommend that you get her. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. As far as next characters go, I'm thinking either Xantha or Zephyr. You'll find out when I release my next video. But until then, I'm streaming on Twitch at least twice a week now. Link will be in the description. feel free to stop by. I do figure fantasy and Genshin. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next episode.